Hi, today I will be evaluating the inheritance of a trait using a pedigree from the very popular Harry Potter series. The gene in question today will be the inheritance of red hair. As you can see in this pedigree, this is Arthur and Molly Weasley and their kids. This is Lily and James Potter, Harry Potter's parents. Harry Potter marries Ginny Weasley, and these are their kids. On the other side, Ron Weasley marries Hermione Granger, and this is their daughter. And Mr. and Mrs. Granger is Hermione's parents. In terms of the characters themselves, I'm going based off the book. Okay, let's begin by going over the basics about the modes of inheritance. Autosomal inheritance is when traits are passed through the non-sex chromosomes. There are two types: autosomal dominant, which is when the presence of a dominant allele will give the trait, and autosomal recessive, which is when the presence of two recessive alleles will give the trait. Sex-linked inheritance is when the traits are passed through sex chromosomes. There are two types: X-linked and Y-linked. X-linked is present on the X chromosome, and Y-linked is when the traits are present on the Y chromosome. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about how each mode is consistent or inconsistent. First is X-linked dominant. This mode of inheritance is consistent. One note I wanted to make was that in the movies, Ron and Hermione were shown to have a son with red hair. This is a mistake from the filmmaker's part. That would be impossible because he would have gotten the Y from Ron and the recessive allele from Hermione. So his genotype would be XrY. But for this project, I'm going based off the books where the son was not mentioned. Second is X-linked recessive. This mode of inheritance is not consistent. As we can see here, Harry Potter has brown hair, not red hair. Based off this pedigree, he would have gotten the Y from his dad and the recessive allele from his mom, which would have made him have red hair. But that's not the case. Hence, this is impossible. Third is autosomal dominant. This mode of inheritance is consistent. Fourth is autosomal recessive. This mode of inheritance is also consistent. Finally, this is the Y-linked mode of inheritance. This mode of inheritance is definitely not consistent because we can clearly see that there are other females affected by this trait. These are my references.